Hello. Sorry, guitar. I think the guitar's alright, don't worry. And welcome to another video. You know, it's really happening. It's really happening. We're getting through it. This is just the beginning, people. It's just the beginning. So I thought I'd take this moment to talk a little bit about my YouTube journey and my experience. I know I've touched on it a little bit in another episode, right? Um, but I thought I'd go in a bit more depth because I was just thinking about people I know who have done YouTube over the years and all the different channels and stuff that have just been like through different periods, and I thought it was all too funny and stuff, and it sort of dawned on me that how long I've wanted to actually do this, and how long I've been trying to do this, and I was thinking this is gonna flop, this is gonna flop massively, because um, I honestly don't feel like I've um, had the right focus sort of thing and had the right address. Do you know what I mean? Like my delivery is sort of off a little bit from what I want it to be like. Now the nature of these videos was sort of to ease it into sort of like some sort of similar YouTube style to what is on. I know it's not really what you see, and we are moving into a more progressive YouTube style, in my opinion. There was a lot of other good stuff in the past, but I've been trying to do just sort of like single, sort of strange titles with some sort of cohesion, I guess. So I mean, I'm sure you can guess what I'm talking about. But even then, I don't think my production value is nearly half as good as it could be. Or like later, I'm thinking, do I need an intro? Should I introduce these things? So I'm not sure how it's going to turn out at this point. Um, I'm still in the recording process, and I might do introductions to some of them or something. And I was just writing a bit of music for my intro, but I'm still not sure if that's exactly what I want it to be. Um, but like, what do you hear when you see this? Like mentally, what do you hear when you see this sort of thing? Anyway, but I'm sorry, no, this isn't a peer session. This is about my historical experience with YouTube. So when I first started watching YouTube, or yeah, I guess we'll start with that. When I first started watching YouTube, I was um, still in school, in secondary school, I guess. Yeah, secondary school, I think. When I first really got like into it, um, and I don't really remember why I got into it. I think it was just because I found some of the videos funny. I don't think there's anything too deep into it, honestly. Um, and it's people like early videos. I remember quite prevalently watching, and like uh, all his little shorts and stuff. I thought it was quite funny. And my brothers were like, "Oh, you're well gay. You're well gay for watching YouTube." I'm like, "No, get away, get away. YouTube's great. YouTube's good stuff, man. Just never you mind. Leave me alone, leave me alone." And they're like, "No, you're wasting your life and you're gay and everything." Because I don't know. I feel like there was probably quite a lot of gay undertones to it, but I was a bit of a gay kid anyway. I wasn't like gay, but I was quite gay, like in the sense of not like wanting to be like, you know what I mean? But like I was sort of like, ooh, oh, just want to mess around, sort of thing. I was, a bit of a troublemaker still, but like, oh, whimsical troublemaker. And I also liked theatre. I was in a theatre group, um, and that's pretty gay as well. And I didn't really like playing sports. I preferred to, um, talk about weird stuff, I guess. And YouTube, funny enough. And then I met another kid who, me and him, we got on really well. We sort of clicked over the Mighty Boosh. And this is a sort of perspective thing of like what time it was like on YouTube. At the time, if you searched for Mighty Boosh, nothing would come up. that just shows how long I've been watching them, YouTube. Either that or I didn't know how to spell it, because it turns out I'm pretty illiterate, which is not great. Um, but yeah, we sort of bonded. I think actually, to be fair, I think he had some clips. Whether he'd recorded them off of his telly, but he had loads. He had like all of the clips of the moon saved on his phone. yeah, he was like, oh, I've got all of these, and I was like, I've got Future Sailors as my ringtone. Future Sailors. Oh yeah, right, okay, and yeah, we clicked over that, and it turns out we both like Smosh. We both like Smosh, and we were like, let's make videos. Let's make a load of YouTube videos. So, and he was like, oh yeah, you got to come around mine after school, and I'm gonna show you YouTube poop. And I was like, what's YouTube poop? He's like, oh, it's so good, man. It's like Yoshi, and he says all like stupid stuff, and I was like, yeah, I was like, all right, laugh. So we'd go around there, and um we'd like come up with videos, and we wouldn't record them because we didn't have any recording equipment, but we'd just plan all these videos. And then I think my friend had a Flip Ultra, or just a flip camera. It was like a flip. It was a and it was like the camera that you wanted. And I think his mum got it through work, and he wanted to do. We would me and him for a long time. We used to do stunt videos before I really knew about YouTube. There was what was it called, like Funny Junk, and um I think it was Funny Junk, and like LimeWire was big and stuff. Um, but we wanted to do like Jackass stuff. So we would do a lot of like stunts and stuff, like quite funny stunts, not like major jumps or anything. And he got quite into like BMX and stuff as he grew up. But we would do stupid things, and we wanted to make videos of that. I don't know if we made many videos of that as well. Funny enough. But anyway, so he had this camera, and it was like, oh, that's the flip camera, and this little like you flick the button and a USB popped out. And a couple of years later, I get one of them for like my birthday. I think I got it. Um, and I was like, yeah, this is my career starts here. And it didn't. I'm still with the camera. It doesn't work anymore, unfortunately, because otherwise I'd probably use it. Um, but yeah, that was right. And then I sort of went off of YouTube because I started talking to girls and stuff. I wanted to just live in the moment, I guess. And um, yeah, I don't know. I'm still quite into internet culture, and my friends are into the sort of the shocking stuff. And um, I was, we'd send each other that sort of rubbish. And I was sort of into the sort of anarchist things, and I got quite into like psychonauts and stuff, and all that sort of fascinating stuff, honestly, which I'm still really into today. Um, so there's all like rubber bands and crumbs all over my desk. All my videos, I'm picking away like a little, I don't know, something to pick, like, and it's just awful. And I'm doing it again. But yeah, it's like rubber bands and stuff everywhere. And anyway, so YouTube. So then, back then it was like rate 5 star, subscribe, and there was these like quite a lot of groups, and there was a good amount of YouTubers and stuff. And there's like Swift Karate Chop. I think he was one of my first sort of people that I'd like watch, and I was a fan of. He does like tech videos now, which is he's still quite funny, but it's different videos. But he had his own. They started he had several brands. I don't think it was his own, but there was like this conglomerate that they did called the Station, I think it was called. And I was like, that's pretty cool, man. And then there was like Britley Louise Taylor was one of them. I think she still makes videos. I don't know if she was like. And then there was like Michael Buckley as well. He did like a news thing in his like underwear. Um, and right, get this, okay? So I got a tax rebate, right, one night, and I'm drinking and I'm listening to music, yeah, and I see that I got this tax money come through, and I see there's this girl who because recently I've been trying to be like producer mind, because anyway, so flash forward to now, I'm trying to do this stuff as a career, and I'm still trying to do it, and these whole times I've been trying to do YouTube and never really bothering because things have been coming up and I just haven't, and things progressed. Anyway, so I've been writing material for certain people, and I've been trying to just contact them as you do. Now, obviously, when you're a small time YouTuber and stuff, people don't pay you the respect. Some people they just don't care at the small time guys like me. But anyway, nah, that's not true. A lot of people um, do have great response, and some people are overwhelmed. There's a lot of There's a lot of that sort of stuff. So anyway, so I get this tax rebate, and there's this girl. She posts this thing. She's like, "Playlist live. It's in America. Like just be there." And all these American people are like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go." And I'm like, "I'm gonna do this." I checked flights, and the flights weren't that expensive. They're like £200 or something. And I was like, "That's a lot cheaper than I thought it'd be." And recently, for the first time, I went to Europe because Britain was leaving the EU, and I was like, I've always wanted to travel around Europe, and if I don't do it now, I'm never going to be able to do it again. Um, and I checked those flights, and they were like a fiver, and like they were like £10, they were like £18 to a fiver or something on like a Ryanair Fare Finder. I think it was called, and funny enough, YouTube put me onto that as well, which is decent enough. And I think there's also Google and Skyscanner and all these sorts of things. You can find pretty cheap, like off-peak flights and stuff, which is amazing, which is pretty good. And I was really quite amazed at that sort of stuff. So I went around Europe a little bit. Anyway, so I decided I'm going to go to America, and I did go to America, and it was all right. It was quite pleasant. It was actually really nice. And I want to go back as soon as possible, honestly. And just see that more. I'm gonna try and do LA, and maybe I'm trying to drag my friend out because he's working. He's moved away and he lives in a different, like he lives in a city now, and he's like a musician, and I'm a bit of a musician myself. So I'm trying to pull him out, and I'm gonna be like, let's me and you, we'll go to America, try and get some money saved up, money, and we'll go and try and make something in America, and try and make some music in America, like LA, because we're both into this sort of like garage rock music, and there's quite a lot of good bands in California who make like garage rock. Um, so yeah, I'd like to go back to America. But anyway, Michael Buckley and Timothy Delgado, who is another one I used to watch, and a few other people. I can't remember. Um, uh, I want to say the woman who did the girl that did JWoww. I used to watch her. She wasn't there, but I feel like um, another female YouTuber from that period were there. I didn't see any of them, but I think they all had panels. And funnily enough, it was it was really badly. It wasn't. It was playlists. It's playlists, and everyone's been slacking it off. But it wasn't the best organised. I would have thought it would be better. This was my improvement anyway, because I'm about improvement people and all that sort of stuff. If there's anyone from playlist listening or sees this, I think maybe a tannoy could be a nice addition. Set up some speakers overhead or wherever the next venue is or whatever, and you can have like a radio playing throughout, which sort of gives like tells you what's coming up in different areas, and you could also interview some of the YouTubers just over when people are hanging about or whatever. I think that would be nice because I don't know, it's kind of confusing. I got there the first day, and there was a huge queue, and I was standing at what I thought was the back of the queue, chatting to these people, and I'm like, well, there's nothing really happening, and no one's going in just yet. And this was the first day when, there's like early access people go in, and the normal people wait for their passes and that. So I'm hanging about, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go around the back because that's what I always do. I sneak in around the back, and I try and snoop around, pretty much. So anyway, I go around the back and I get in, as you do, and I'm walking around, and I'm walking around all the venue, and I'm like, this is kind of quiet, okay. Maybe everything's just setting up, and I'm walking around all the different booths and all the different rooms, and I'm like, okay, they're setting up still. Maybe today's a setup thing. You get your bearings, and then you come back the next day and everything's kicking off, right? So no, I go back out and I join a different part of the queue. I'm just because I'm walking up and down the queue and just like scouting it out and that. Um, and then I join these like group of girls, and I'm just like, I'll just hang about here. Turns out earlier I was standing at the front of the queue and I just jumped the whole thing. Anyway, so I was like, oh, that's not too bad. But I was like, anyway, I've got all day. I don't care. So anyway, I'm hanging about in the queue, and I finally pick up my pass, and I go through, and I was supposed to have an industry pass because I'm industry, yeah. But apparently they ran out of industry passes, and I had to get a normal pass. So I got a normal pass, which was a bit of a shame because there was places where I needed to be you know, try and meet people, or whatever, to try and sell my wares as a traveling merchant or whatever it is. But no, it was still good. It was still alright. I wanted to do a load of interviews. Um, I wanted to do a load of interviews, like walk around with a camera. Um, I didn't want to do it on a selfie stick. I was on my own. So I was trying to find people who would film me, and I met a few people, and they're like, "Yeah, my camera equipment's in the car or whatever, or I haven't brought it with me." I was like, "Oh, but you just use your phone." He's like, "No, I don't know. I don't really feel like it." Sort of thing. I was like, "Oh, that's a shame, isn't it?" So I was a bit like miffed at the whole video conference, but it wasn't really a video conference. It was more a TikTok personality thing, really, which was all right. I did feel a bit old, honestly. I felt a bit old, um, but I was still nice, and I still saw some people. I saw some people which I didn't think I'd see. I said, "Oh, hello, here's my email. Do get back to me now." Yeah, yeah, yeah. I haven't heard bugger all from them. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Probably bump into them again because I've got that sort of face. um, but anyway, that's America. We'll go back into it. So there was material I wanted to do in America, which I haven't done. So I'm gonna have to go back at some point. I'm gonna do that because it's good stuff. But anyway, YouTube. So yeah, for a long time I was off YouTube. I didn't really bother. I mean, I still use it for music and that, I guess. And I still saw its changes, but there was a sort of a gap, I guess. And then I did get more into um, like podcasts again, I guess. I got into like the podcasts, and I was, sort of at the stage where I was a bit burnt out, maybe for a for a 16-year-old or a 16, 17-year-old or whatever. 18, I don't know. Well, it's a blur at this point. And I started to enjoy watching the podcasts and stuff again, and all that sort of thing. I sort of got into it then again, and then I was like, as I said, I wanted to do that portfolio. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do YouTube, like, seriously, and everything has sort of changed, and there'll be lots of changes, and I'm sure you guys have all watched it and that, and I feel like we're in a whole new sort of. It seems to be calmer at the moment, but I don't know. There could be some good things on the rise for YouTube. So it might be a bit surreal. I'm on YouTube. You're watching a thing about YouTube on YouTube. It's 10 minutes long. You're thinking this is 18 minutes. It's 18 minutes long, and he hasn't said nothing at all. Um, I I'm not gonna watch this guy, but anyway, I don't know. I guess I'll cut it there. And there's good things for the future. And I don't really feel like I actually said anything for 20 minutes. But you know, rate, comment, subscribe, and leave a like, and all that other stuff. Um, yeah, I think amazing, amazing. I'm doing it, people. I'm doing it, and maybe I'll even get to do the old videos. Go back and meet my old school friend and say, hey, do you want to do this? He won't. He's a serious guy now. He's a serious person. Got no time for YouTube poop, does he? Brilliant. But no, it's actually, yeah, before I cut it, why not? Why not? I'll go into it a bit more. I know some people from the old YouTube, the older YouTube stuff. I'd like to see them do more. I'd like to produce a lot of people. Um, Strange enough, I don't think. Maybe does that sound egotistic, or does that just sound ambitious? You know, who knows? But no, yeah, I know some people in different areas in the community, I guess, and hopefully I'll be able to do some stuff with them because, yeah, I like them. Um, I guess, yeah. And if you're watching this and you're like, you don't know me, well, I'm not actually talking about you, but hey, later, you're right, I guess. Right, that's that for that then, I guess. And um, hmm, yeah, will I be doing video games? Will I do like a horror games series or something? Will I be doing that sort of style of video? Will I be doing old style esque videos with all the bright colours and the screenshots. I might have to use that. That's my screen grab. Um, what will I be doing? Will I do loads of uh, reviews or something, or what do they call them? Commentaries, or um, like not slam poetry. What do they call it? Call out, um, like rap music or something. What do they call it? I don't know what they call it. No, really, not really. Um, I like video games. Um, I'm not going to be game centric. I'm not really going to go for a game market. I'm not really going for any market at all. Realistically, I'd like to make short films, um, and comedy. Really, um, which is alright. You know, I don't think that's treading on anybody's toes. And yeah, and more at the desk sort of stuff. Because look at this lovely desk. Yeah, I bought this desk, and you're thinking, this guy is going to be quite rich to own a desk like that. And hey, you'd be right. No, I bought this desk for £40. I got this desk for. Not bad, not bad. And the chair was cheap. I think the chair was £12. I think, and the desk was £40. And I mean, just look at this stuff, man. This chair, bling, little fucking price comes up. Yeah, this chair is actually like it's like an antique, isn't it? It's from an actual period. It's got hay in it. It's got hay in the seat. This desk is actually a replica desk, but still a steel, absolute steel. And yeah, I thought it looked pretty nice, and it does, doesn't it? But anyway, yeah. So I'll do some at the desk sort of stuff, and hopefully I'll do some interviews with some people, um, and yeah, plenty more to be enjoyed as well. But it's gonna be a laugh, and thanks YouTube, as well for just being a thing as well and being a platform and providing. I know people give YouTube a lot of stick, don't they? And they really dish it out sometimes, don't they? And bash it, but really, it's amazing. You know, we get to do broadcast all across the world on a massive platform, and that's great. And that'll never change, you know, which is nice. It's nice, isn't it? Um, so yeah, and thank you to the community as well for watching this, I guess. And you know, maybe everyone can have a little nostalgia in the comments, and they can post their like first 3 people that got them onto YouTube, and like maybe 3 people that they watch now, and everyone can watch more videos. All right, there's my door. Anyway, see you later.